Hey guys, so we're gonna talk about the bad substitutes I had. So I did had like two bad substitutes, but most substitutes are very nice. But the crazy thing is, some substitutes actually been substitute like for more than a decade or like one decade. They're very mean. But I hear about some substitutes like only been a substitute like for a few months and they're very nice. But I'm just I'm talking about the mean substitutes, but I'm not gonna say any names. Okay, so it's bullying on cyberbullying. I'm like tell the substitutes names, but I'm gonna tell about the story about it. I was in first grade. Okay, we had a mean substitute. Like it was like pretty mean. Like got mad at us like for no reason and act like we were only in first grade and we didn't even knew better. Like they treated us like dirt. Like the substitute didn't like treat us like we weren't doing anything wrong, and all she did is just yell at us like crazy. And then right there, and we were all lots of kids were like surprised, and I bet they're like, cause we didn't did anything wrong. Like she was a crazy yeller at us, like acting crazy, like didn't like even talk nice to us, like just yelling and yelling. Like it was crazy. Like every kid was like just crazy, like and surprised, and I hated that substitute like so much. Like, and she is, and I don't see her that much, but she. I one time I saw her in a hallway before and told me and my friend go back to class, and we were just like whispering like we need to like whisper like cans to donate like for stuff and like for people who need food, and she's like, gentlemen, go back to class. My friends like said no, and I was last year when I was second grade, but this is when I was in first grade, and was mean to the whole her class, and there were like more than 25 people in our class. Like she was like just being mean, and I hated that day so much. Well, snack time, and I have two fruit snacks right there, and I was like scared, and I look at her because I was like scared because she was right by me and getting mad, and she was like said, you can only have one fruit snack, because that's all I did on look at her just for 1 second, and that wasn't even that fair that much, and because it was pretty inappropriate for her to like do that. She should like get fired for being a bad substitute, because it acted like she hated her job. And it felt like she was just being a substitute to bully kids, and I felt like I was pretty bullied, and by that means substitute, and it was a hard day. For recess, she was like, I'm ashamed of you guys. And we weren't doing anything wrong, and look at me, I'm like, everybody is miserable on that day, and she yelled and yelled and yelled 1 million times, and crazy. Like, it was like the craziest day ever. Like, we were just being normal first graders on that day, and well, we didn't know better, and she was acting like we were in high school, like treating us like dirt, and it felt like I was in high school when I was in first grade, when that substitute was substitute this classroom. I had a very hard day on that day, but the good news is there were a lot of complaints after that, and people were mad at the substitute. They're like, my parents were mad at her a lot, and I was mad, and I can't even get about that day. And that was 7 years ago, when I was like 7 years old, about to turn 8 years old, and that was in 2010. Like, I don't get about that day. I can remember the whole entire story. People can remember, my friends remember that terrible day, and it's and 7 years later, it was my brother's substitute, and I hope she doesn't become my substitute again, and I hope she can be fired someday. And I'll move on from this substitute. Let's go to the second means or substitute. 2017, there was a substitute I used to like, but now I hate him. It's like a substitute I used to like, and he said, go back to work. Like I tell about that. Do you know my brother Kabason's like, yes, go back to work. That's what he was like. Like he acted like he hated his job and hated kids a lot and hated everybody, and it was crazy. And he was I bet he was being strict in a good way, but badly. Nope, he was just being strict because he hated his job, and Yeah, and he was like crazy in gym class. Like we do silent reading in our gym class, and he made us read silent reading for 40 minutes. Like it was supposed to be like for 20 minutes, and he then we went to the locker room. He was like, "You guys only have 3 minutes to change in the locker room." He yelled and yelled like nobody like. We didn't have time. He was so strict. Then we went to the whiteboard and said, how much you guys talk, how much we have to wait at the whiteboard. I'll get more and more strict. And wait at the board for 10 minutes. We have a win then above one and I was excited to play. Like there's a game called Seaweed in our gym class, and he forced people to be taggers, and they didn't want it. People didn't want to be a tagger. Like he just forced people to be tagger, and people said we need 5 taggers. And he was like, no, just 3 taggers, and it wasn't fair. We played Seaweed, and now I are tagging, and he just said whiteboard, and people were like this. We didn't finish the game, and we played basketball. We used to have like 7 people on our team, and he took all of our people on our team. There's like only like 3 people on our team, on our basketball team, and the people weren't doing anything wrong. Like, felt like it was not fair, and I felt sorry for my friends. Like, it was crazy, and I didn't understand why he would do that to us. I guess he had a bad day and felt like he wanted to like do his wee bench at everybody, like, or he hated his job and wanted to just make everybody miserable, and it makes sense why he's being a substitute. It was like this: you guys are the most immature classroom. I'm gonna send a bad report card to their gym teacher. What? Then look at this. My gym teacher is like this. I heard you guys have a bad report card, but tell me all the stuff he did wrong. And he wasn't mad at us. Like, and I bet my gym teacher was mad at that substitute, and yeah, and everybody was mad. Like, he was mean to like 40 kids in our gym class, and I hated that substitute like so much. And he's a substitute a lot of times, and one time, and he was just crazy. Like, so that's all the mean substitutes I had before, and 2 of them before. I had one in 1st grade, and I have lots of them in 8th grade. Wait, now mean substitutes. So I hope you guys don't have mean substitutes like that. They're the same, and bye.